Hello guys, Anmarchi here, decked out in some iron armor, and I'm ready to start Minecraft Island Survival. Okay guys, ready to start today off right, and it is so hot in my room right now, and I have the fan off, just out of respect, because I don't want to blast you guys out with the fan. But today in Minecraft Island Survival, we are going to go deep into into the mines. It's time for another mining episode. It's been a while since we've had one. Plus I think that we need some more resources. Now I need cobblestone like equally as I need other things. So I'm tempted just to go down here and branch mine. But we're just going to do this for a little while. I mean, branch mining is probably one of the most boring things. So doing it on camera would just be... it would be awful to make you guys watch that. But let's just see. That would go across like so. And this one like so. Good, good, good. Oh, I am sweating. Wow, and I've only had the camera on. Recording. I've only been recording for a few seconds here. Only a little over 90 seconds. But, okay. Let's just put those there. Good. No connection to the outside. But actually, this one's one too low. I don't know why I made an stone shovel. When I made a shovel, I should have made a iron one. Here, a zombie. Hope that we're close to a cave. I'd prefer to go caving, but on one hand, I prefer to go. On the other hand, I'm like, not really in the caving mood, you know? I'm not in the caving mood for today. Sometimes you just like, all I want to do is cave. Other times, I'm like, all I want to do is build. I even get times where I think that I could do redstone. Yeah, no, redstone, some nice stuff, but not for Minecraft Survival Island. I mean, I have some ideas for it, and like I said, I want to do it, but I don't want to get too into it before we get to, what was it now? I don't want to get too far into redstone before we finish the house, because I want to incorporate kind of like a solar panel, solar farm thing into the house, but obviously we're not going to be farming energy. We're going to be farming, oh my goodness, these mobs. Instead of farming energy, we're going to be farming like light. So we're going to have the solar panel give light to our lamps and light up our house, probably the surrounding island, and then put it out. So I was going to put the solar farm on the roof, but now I'm thinking maybe we'll put it somewhere else. And I've spoken about this before, but I'll talk about it again real quick. That is probably my favorite thing to do in Minecraft, is just plan out future ideas. Because, I mean, I don't really think of myself as a dreamer, you know. You hear about those people that are dreamers, and then there are people that are realists and idealists and all that. And I think that a really nice place to see that whole complex of realist, idealist, opportunist, all those different guys. There's a funny, political cartoon. A bunch of men see a, what was it? It was like a bunch of men see $100 under a sewer drain, and then the realist knows he can't get it. Oh, 1 second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. But yeah, the realist, the idealist, and the opportunist. I'm not sure if it was $100 under the sewer crate. Anyway, there was a potential at money, but of course, there's an obstacle in their way. So there's like the realist is weighing the odds. The pessimist is, all this stuff. Basically, each ist, and then the opportunist has already picked it up. Because, opportunity. Ha ha, ha ha ha. What's our Y? 33. Pretty high. But yeah, I mean, in a more like political sense, and when I look at, I think that one of the best places to see this is what I was getting at before. One of the best places to see all these different views is the Walking Dead. You got the realist obviously the realist was Shane, right? And I'm not gonna try to give any spoilers, so I'll stop using the word was. But Shane is a realist, right? He wants he's like, realistically, we're not going to find this girl, so we better stop looking. Realistically, we're not going to do this. Realistically, the army base would have held out longer than the CDC. But Jim is sick. And I think that Rick, the protagonist, I'm going to go on a little bit of a Walking Dead rant here. I missed that show. Rick, the protagonist, he's kind of like supposed to represent all the viewpoints, you know? He's supposed to be a little bit of each. And then Dale is an optimist. You know, he's always like looking for the best in people. He's always like, well, maybe they're good people, blah, blah, blah. That's why they conflicted so much, Dale and... Okay, can we get any... 9 bones. I'm going to bone meal some wheat, because I need some wheat before we head into the mines. Should have thought that one through. Is there any apples in here? Nope. So anyway, yeah, and then you got Shane was the realist. He was the opportunist. Then there was a African American woman in the first. I mean, African American's an awful term, but there was a black woman. You know, I don't think black's offensive. There was a black woman in the first season. She died in the first season. I'll spoil that for you. She was a pessimist. She didn't think that there was anything in the world. Andrea, kind of a pessimist after Amy died. Lori was just a bad person. Carl has turned into a pessimist. Carl's turned into a scary character. Carol, I like to think, is still an optimist. And I'm using the big ones, you know, pessimist and optimist. And basically, if you look closely at it and you analyze them all, opportunist, and I'm not naming them all because there's a lot of different views. Why isn't this... What, did I just not finish it? That is weird. It's kind of unlike me, I guess. But it looks better now. Anyway, okay, now we got... Oh, we got a bunch of wheat now. We can make some bread. But if you do watch the show, you can notice that next time when it comes back on the air. And if you're watching them now, notice that they all represent different views. Is that what you would call them? They're different views on the world, I guess. I don't know, but it is an interesting contrast. You can see it all there. I like to think of myself, like in a lot of the Walking Dead scenarios, I identified with Shane, and I like to think of myself as a realist a lot, because I think that's the best one, you know, like, you could try and be, it's all an odds game, right, and the realist is usually just the person that analyzes the odds the best, and has the best, the most liable outcome. Like, you could be my goodness. An optimist, you know, and always be like, oh no, things are gonna change. Things are gonna change for me. I can feel it. It's from the song Loser by Beck. But, you know, it's not realistic. If you want to actually change things to change for you, you gotta change things about you. Now, quick note, I called that woman, I don't remember her name, but I called her an African American, then I took it back. And that's not because I'm trying to be offensive, it's because I think that the term African American is offensive. And I think that the term black is not offensive. You know, people say that black is offensive and African American's not. I think it's the other way around, because there are so many black people that are not African nor American. Okay, tell me, what is this person? Their family's originally... Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. So there's a person whose family is originally, not originally, from, like, Jamaica. You know, that's as far back as they could trace their roots. So many years to Jamaica, because if someone naturally lived in Jamaica, they would have dark skin, black skin. So they trace their roots all the way back to Jamaica. And oh, slime, nice. Oh, no slime ball. And then they moved one generation of their family moved to Canada. Calling them an African American would be actually the least politically correct thing to do, right? They are neither American nor African. And you might say, oh, that's just, you know, a specific one. And you can't call all people in America African Americans, because they don't all come from Africa, nor are they all necessarily American. I mean, most people in America are citizens, unless they're just visiting. But still, you know, maybe they could just be visiting. It's an awful term, and I wish that people strayed away from it. I think that black is not offensive at all. And again, I can't be the person to make this decision. I am not a colored person. Maybe color is a little bit offensive. um, I mean, I don't really know what's offensive because like I said, I can't identify with the group enough to say it, but I don't think black's offensive. Like, I don't think black's offended because offensive because I'm not offended by white. I'm not offended by someone calling me white, so therefore I'm not offended by. I don't think that people should be offended by being called black. You know. Uh, I mean, yellow, maybe it's a little bit offensive because if you look at an Asian person, well, I mean, then if you look at an Asian person, their skin's not yellow, it's white with a little bit of a yellowish tint. It's more of like a discoloration than an actual yellowish tint. And I'm not trying to be a racist here. I'm being a realist. I'm being realistic. Okay, good. Let's get this redstone. I think that we're going to need a good amount of redstone for all this redstone that I'm talking about. Let's try and get a nice look around. Get a nice look-see over here. Oh, looks like lava to me. Looks like lava if I've ever seen it. We are guzzling down food here. I'm just curious, where are we on the map? Oh, we're like right there. I wonder, like, you could be walking down the caves for hours and go in a giant circle. Guess you could do that in the overworld too. 1.5.2 came out, just bug fixes, but I mean, it's still important. It's something. I did not see the snapshot today being Thursday. And, yeah, so I spoke a little bit about this in the Mineshaft server videos, but, you know, I like to talk more in this one and leave those more about gameplay. So, I got this new headset. You can definitely hear it. I know you can hear it, because I hear the difference so vividly. But it's still me, and, it's just, you know, it's different. Each mic is going to be a little bit different with the voice. I like this one better. No, I'm not bragging or anything or rubbing it in or anything, but this mic is $20, and I think it sounds a lot better than my $100 Blue Yeti. So I got the Blue Yeti when it was kind of new. It was before they made the Pro Edition. It was honestly before it got popular. Again, I'm not saying that to be a hipster. I'm just saying that because it was before the microphone was popular. I bought it. Whoop. So, nothing much. Just 15 iron and some coal. We must go deeper. Oh, creeper. Whoop. Get back, get back, get back. I like how you can kind of hit them when they're not that close to you. It's lag, but I still like it. It's good lag. Hit the zombie! I miss when they used to have bad aim and hit the mob in front of you. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm in intense mode now. Whoa. Oh. Those skeletons are too hard. Too hard. If I have full iron armor, I should be able to take on a skeleton. I don't care who's making this game, Jeb, Notch, or Dinnerbone. If I have full iron armor, I should be able to handle a skeleton. I still think that my approach to it was one of the best, and I'm not trying to... I like this idea, is what I'm trying to say, is that... Oh, got him. Oh, oh, oh. Sick. I think that the best way to go about it would be... It depends on your altitude. If you're lower in the cave, mobs are stronger. And I know we're pretty low now, so the mobs should be pretty strong. So it makes sense. I also happen to know that's not in the code. So if you're lower in the cave, mobs should be stronger. You might say, but that makes no sense. Well, you find more valuable stuff at lower levels. So if you're lower in the cave, you should... the mob should be harder to kill because you're getting better stuff. Most likely. Unless you're being unlucky like we are now. And we're not really being that unlucky. We're just kind of wandering over areas we've already been. Oh, nothing over here. Is this cave almost dead? It might just be that I'm worried to walk on new edges. But the cheaper mic sounds better is the point. Plus it's a headset, so the other mic I used to have to kind of face it and talk into it. Whereas this one I can move my head over here, over here, over here. And you guys probably didn't even hear that much of a sound difference. You might have heard a little bit in the mic. But, it definitely sounds better, and it cancels a lot more noise. Oh, god damn, I can't find any new cave. You know, I wasn't feeling like caving. I almost died once. Obviously, today is not a caving day. Look, when you look at my skin, it kind of looks like I still have... It looks like I have a ton of arrows in me. I still have an iron helmet on just because my head's white. I don't really know why I gave my guy white hair. Don't really know. But he does have white hair. Can you see the feather in the bow? No, it just looks like whiteness at the end. Speaking of bow and arrow and archery, I think that all of you should stay tuned to Timber and Stone. I think that game is up and coming, and I honestly believe that it could possibly, maybe, just maybe a little bit surpass Minecraft. Maybe, like on YouTube. I don't think that anything could ever really surpass Minecraft, but I don't know. I've also never been so attached to a possible end of Minecraft. And I've been having fun with Minecraft recently, but I've been looking for something new as well. And definitely this was the answer. Stay tuned for my next episode for some good stuff. You're gonna want to stay tuned. Daylight sensor. Obviously not gonna work now because it's nighttime. Let's go up here. I just worked on this corner. I want to see how it's smoothed out. Yeah, and then this is gonna be our... Let's plant down these 2 oak saplings. Do we have anything in here? Compiling saplings up to 35. We started with 1 tree on this island. It's important to remember. This is episode 13, I think. Unlucky 13. I'm gonna end Unlucky 13 right here. We didn't have such a good time in the caves, but I do want to do this. Let's take a look at our modern house. Isn't that nice? I think I should change the thumbnail, because in the thumbnail I stood like right about... probably like right here, and I looked up, and I kind of want to change the thumbnail to something like this. Tell me what you think of the idea. See you guys next time.